Oh, yeah. Those whistleblowers? Yeah. Now, it's defined as disclosing information. Yeah. That reasonably believes evidence is. Now, I would say it's a violation. Yes. Of the laws of every state. Yes. All court rules. And every regulation. To terminate parenting rights without actual due process. Yeah. Now, this gross management of the county there, Sheriff? Yes. When it involves Marilyn and my nervousness about speaking to her, it's because I'm going to want to try to impress her that she would want to live with me. But when it involves sheriffs, as soon as I see that you don't have that fucking badge on, as a man, I don't have any problem speaking to any person in law enforcement that doesn't have a badge. Now, for the idiot fucks that happen to be in that sheriff's department, your refusal to enforce my parenting rights and Marilyn's parenting rights, I'm just waiting for the day when you don't have the badge on so I can tell you exactly what I think about your management of the county. Now, waste of funds. Oh, thinking about these day laborers, yes, I noticed that a lot of cities, counties, and states have a lot of property where they sold buildings to somebody that wanted to develop the building. Yes. And then they have a lot of excess inventory. I'm going to want to know every property that's been sold by every city. Yes, every county, all tribal governments, and every state of the United States. Now, let's say I found out a reason to be able to sue for the ownership of it. Some sort of fraud that went on. Yes. Maybe an adjustment of title. Yes. A changing of zoning laws. Yes. My thought is I'd rather pay people $15 an hour to do demolition work. I've done a lot of demolition work. Yes, it's not that difficult. You'd be surprised what you can do with a sledgehammer. Pooch. I once worked with a guy. No, it's true. Yes, I looked it up for myself. I was in Auburn, Washington. Yep, living at my grandmother's house. Pooch. And I oftentimes I would walk on job sites and I said, well, I'd like to get some work. I'd like to make some money. Is this short guy had this huge chest. He was the bench press champion of the world at that time. You know where he lifted all his weights? No, in prison. Well, when he told me that he actually had the world record for bench pressing, I could hardly believe it. Now, he did, yes, what a lot of demolition companies do. Yes, he gave me a sledgehammer. And I tell you, I went to work with a sledgehammer, and before you know it, we had demolished a whole bunch of a building. Now, for every homeless individual that says, no, we need to wait for the city, the county, the state, the tribal government to sell the actual building, what if I paid you to demolish large numbers of buildings that used to be owned by states? Yes, because I'm going to sue them for the actual ownership of every property, yes, that is not currently occupied, yes, and every property that involved any fraud when they sold it. Now, let's say, yes, we're all out there making $15 an hour. That's right.